Does fear keep you from enjoying your horse or becoming the rider that you would like to be? Wouldn't it be nice to set that burden down, to just be yourself and enjoy your horse, enjoy your riding, and become more of who you want to be? Hi, I'm Kelly from Summit Riding Academy, and I know as a rider that fear can be one of those things that just keeps you from doing what you want to do and excelling at what you want to do. Fear, unfortunately, is a reality in our sport. Many times you hear people say, oh, don't worry about fear. Fear is just, it's in your head. 90% of it's in your head. And a lot of that's true. The thing is that riding is a very dangerous sport. So the fear a lot of times is legitimate. I think that a lot of times we overhorse ourselves and we get horses that, we would love to ride. They're amazing animals, but it's not the horse that we need to ride. And I'm going to say things that are a little bit harsh, maybe, but very honest. Maybe there's a horse that you're riding right now and you go to get on that horse and you're like, oh, he's so beautiful. I love him. And you get on him and you're trembling. It's just terrifying. Like, you just don't know what this horse is going to do. You don't know if he's going to take off on you. You don't know if he's going to turn around, like rear, buck you off, like spin around, spook. You don't know. Like, you are just in a knot over this. And that is no way to ride. That is no way to ride. You cannot enjoy yourself in a state like that. And unfortunately, if you've been overhorsed before, or you have a horse that is unpredictable in some way, that is going to carry with you onto your next horse. So you have to stop it. You have to stop it immediately. So if you have a horse, say I have a horse that I am terrified of and it's just not working out, I just get rid of it. Honestly, that in reality, I find somebody else to take it. Life is too short. There are too many good horses in this world. And maybe you love this horse. Maybe this is a horse that you love and you just cannot let go of it yet. Do yourself a favor. Give that horse to a trainer. Go find a nice lesson horse to ride and move up with your confidence from there. Sometimes there's horses that we love and they're amazing. Say, we're Grand Prix horses or something, and you're like, wow, I'm so excited, I'm going to ride this horse. But your level is one that you just aren't ready to ride a horse like that. Don't beat yourself up about it. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're going to become more fearful, because that is just going to make riding that much harder on you. So a couple steps to help you out. Find a horse that is easy for you to ride, that you feel comfortable. If you're already scared, if you've already had bad experiences, find a good trainer that knows how to find a good horse for you. And please don't argue with them. If you trust them, do not argue with them. I've had clients before say, oh yeah, that horse is fine, but it's boring and it's ugly. Yes, great. That's what you need. Don't argue with me. I know that you are ready to ride this horse. You are not ready to ride that horse. Sometimes we want the Maserati horse, right? We want the horse that goes fast and jumps high and does all these fancy things. And I want the Grand Prix horse. You don't need the Grand Prix horse. You need a horse that can teach you what you need to know and be safe. That is what you need. So don't be very real with where you are in your riding. Do not put yourself in a situation that's going to make you fearful. And trainers many times will tell you, you need this horse. And they're not saying it because they think you're a bad rider. They think that this horse will give you confidence. And this horse will allow you to become the rider that can ride the horse that you want to ride. So just let that just be your step to get to the horse that you want. Riding is a lifetime sport, so you don't have to do things right away. And let me tell you, as a trainer, I would much rather someone tell me that they have hit their limit than to keep going. Because if I've hit your limit, we can work on that. But I don't want to push you past it and push you into fear. And that is something that you need to be very cognizant of when you're riding, that you're able to tell your friends, able to tell your trainers, nope, I'm good. I don't need to do that right now. I'll try again a different time. Okay? So don't feel bad if you have that happen. If you're already fearful, if you already are scared, but you still want to try, find a horse that's very safe, maybe one that you have to kick the tar out of to get it to move. Those are great when you're scared because you know they're not going to run off on you. They're not going to do anything real stupid. So find a horse that's reasonable. Maybe find a trainer that's reasonable, and then you have to deal with your head. Okay, so you've had something real bad happen. Maybe you've been thrown off and gotten very, very hurt. I've heard of people, seen people get very hurt. You have to go back to that first time you rode when you were very, very grateful for riding, for excited to go ride. Okay, so remember that time. You can't be grateful and fearful at the same time. And then you have to kind of think about where you're living. If you're living in your what ifs, if you're living in the future, that's what doing the what ifs is about. You need to back that up and live in the present. What's happening right now? What can I control right now? You can't keep going into the future all the time. What if this happens? What if this happens? You're just going to drive yourself into a knot. And sometimes I talk about, putting on an avatar, maybe putting on your sovereign or putting on your magician or putting on your lover or putting on the warrior. So put on something that isn't scared to go ride this horse that you know is safe. Nothing's happening. You have to understand that that's the past trying to rule your present. Okay? And you're taking the past, letting it rule your present, and then pushing it into the future, trying to predict what's going to happen. And you don't know what's going to happen. You have to try to be confident in yourself right then and there. Okay? You cannot go ahead and drive yourself insane on what might happen. You don't know what's going to happen. Are you a psychic? Are you a future teller? You're not. So don't worry about it. You got to live in the present. What is happening right now? What can I control? And be grateful. Be grateful for being able to get on the back of a horse. Okay? I've also heard some fears about people being worried about being too heavy for the horse. And if that is your fear, step back, think about it. Is it legitimate? Horses can carry 20% of their body weight without a problem. And oftentimes they can carry a more balanced, heavy rider than they can a light, unbalanced rider. So remember that. But if you really think that you're too heavy and you really want to ride, then put some effort into losing some weight. I've lost 70 pounds and it wasn't easy, but it can be done. People do these things all the time. You just have to get your head into the right place. And I know that sounds like the easy way around it, but I have done it. So I am happy to help you if you would like some more information about that. And just let whatever fear you have, whether it's the horse running off or people looking at you, that's a lot of people's fear. I can't stand people looking at you. Go watch a horse show. There's plenty of people in there that make a mess. I go into sometimes and my horse is just horrible. Like just horrible. Where you just go, what was that? Oh my gosh. Like, come on. Like, I know I ride better than that. I know this horse is better than that. But I just made a fool of myself. And that's fine. You know what? There are so many people at horse shows that fall off, make fools of themselves. And that's why we're there. Every time you fail, that's your first step to progress. Okay? So don't worry about the fact that you failed and you're going to make a fool out of yourself in front of people. So do they. They make fools out of themselves too. So we're all in this together, honestly. People at horse shows are more interested in seeing you succeed than watching you fail. Nobody wants to see somebody fall off a horse. Nobody wants to see them have a bad round. What we all want at the horse show is for everybody to have a great round and then the best one wins. That's what we want. So don't beat yourself up about people looking at you. Because you know what? If they're looking at you, it's probably because you're riding really well. Or they're concerned for you. So don't worry about that. All you need to worry about is you and the horse and your state of mind. Be grateful. Be happy. This is supposed to be fun, believe it or not. And that fear, as you become more and more confident about what you're doing, and the more balanced in the saddle, the more secure in the saddle, take it slow. Don't worry about jumping the Grand Prix tomorrow. Don't worry about getting back to where you were. Deal with what's in front of you. Don't live in the future. Don't live in the past. That's my tip for the day. If you have time, please like our Facebook page, please visit our website, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel at summitwritingacademy.com.